Okay, for this next question, we have something about monthly sales of a smartphone. My calculator computer on the calculator is not working, so you'll have to do the calculator part on your own. You'll probably, a question like this, I immediately think, I'm going to type that into the calculator, into a graph, because my thought is I'm going to not be actually finding derivatives by hand of something this hideous. And so before I even read this, I'm like, this is going to be a calculator problem. And so this is, monthly sales of a smartphone after T months after it's been released. And so calculate the value of S prime of 2. You should be able to use the calculator to do that. We've talked about a couple of ways. You can either, from the graph screen, you can go to menu and analyze graph and say ddx or derivative at a point and type in 2. Or you can go to the calculator menu, the home screen, and also find the derivative from there. So play around, see if you can find it. If not, then you can come in and ask next class. But we have gone over this. So S prime of 2 is 2.07. In context, that means that phone sales increase at a rate. Phone sales increase at a rate of, this is in millions of units. So it's at 2,070,000 units or phones per month. And this is at 2, so this happens 2 months after the release. So it's the rate of phone sales is still increasing at quite a high rate per month, 2 months after the release. So things are going well. B, find the second derivative and explain its meaning. So you can graph the second derivative in your calculator. You can graph the first derivative and then graph the second derivative if you want to, and then find the value at 2. Play around. I hope you can figure this out. I don't have, it just says interpret the meaning of S double prime. You can play with it. I actually don't have the answer written down. So we'll just interpret it for now. And it's not a pretty interpretation. It's the rate of change of the rate of change. It's the rate of change of the change in phone sales per month. Rate of change of phone sales per month. We could say here, per month. It's really hard, I think, to understand what that means in context, but that is its interpretation. So, C, find the time when the monthly sales begin to decline. The monthly sales begin to decline when S of T is at a max. So you can just find the maximum of S of T. If you want a graph, you should already have it graphed. It looks something like this. This is where they begin to decline at, I think if you find the max of S of T, it's 4.68, 7.54. And again, this is S of T. And you should see that that happens at about 4.68 months. And finally, D, the manufacturer wants to begin decreasing production as soon as the rate of increase begins to slow down. I want you to take a second and think about that before I answer it, or you can pause it and see if you can understand. Decreasing production. We want to find when the rate of increase in sales begins to slow down. So when does the rate of increase begin to slow down? And that's going to be, you could either do this in 2 ways. You could think of it as it's the max of S prime of T, because after, when the rate of increase begins to slow, that's when the rate of change is at a maximum. And then when it starts to decrease, then the phone sales the rate of increase begins to slow down. Or you could also find when S double prime of t is negative or becomes negative. They are the same thing. So the max of S of t, right? The max of S of t. So after that, we have decreasing after that. And that means when max of S prime, when S prime starts to decrease, that means S double prime is negative. And you can find that that happens when t is 0.705 months. All right. Try the last one on your own. Good luck.